Amphibie Crochet.
Well, hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to crochet this lovely little fall pumpkin amigurumi crochet pattern. It's free, it's all yours. Let's get started. You will need some yarn. I use orange and green acrylic yarn for the traditional pumpkin colors, but of course you can use any type of yarn and any colors that you want. I also use a crochet hook that fits. Mine is about 3 millimeters, some stuffing, and of course a tapestry needle to sew everything together. We're using the standard abbreviations of the crochet terms. Anyway, let's start with the pumpkin in orange. Round 1, 6 single crochet stitches in a magic ring. You increase to 12, to 18, to 24, to 30, to 36, to 42. Basically you're making like a bowl, a sphere. That's what you're making. You increase to 48, to 54, to 60, to 66, and then to 72, and then you crochet around for a couple of rounds with 72 stitches. It's quite a large bowl. Then you start stuffing and stuff along the way, so don't forget that. And then the decreasing starts. You decrease to 66, to 60, to 54, to 48, to 42, to 36, to 30, to 24, to 18, and to 12. And don't forget to stuff your little pumpkin bowl. And then you decrease to 6, and then you fasten off, leave a very long yarn tail because we're going to use that to create the sections in the pumpkin. But first you use your tapestry needle to close that remaining little hole, and then you push the tapestry needle through the middle of the pumpkin to the other side, and then with quite a bit of tension you lead that yarn end to the other side of the pumpkin, and then you push it through the middle again, and you continue to do that. You push it through, lead it around, lead the thread around, and push it through the middle again a couple of 6 times. So you create 6 different parts of the pumpkin. Well, I tried to divide the pumpkin into 6 equal parts. You can do it however often you want. If you want more than 6 parts, you can do that. If you want less, you do that. It's fine. Important is to keep the tension quite firm, and after the last push through the middle, you have to fasten the thread. I use a couple of knots in the middle. You're not going to see that because you're going to put the green stem of the pumpkin on top of that. So it can be as ugly as you want as long as it is secure. Continuing on with the pumpkin stem with green yarn, you crochet 6 single crochet stitches in a magic ring. You increase to 12 and then to 18, and then in the back loop only you decrease to 15, and the way you do this is by making 12 single crochet stitches and then decrease 3 stitches in a row. And by doing this and decreasing in one spot, you get a nice and crooked pumpkin stem. If you don't like that, you can divide the decreases along the round if you want to. In this case, in round 4 you would do 4 single crochet stitches and then 1 decrease, and you repeat that 3 times. Round 5 you decrease to 13, and round 6 you decrease to 11, and then to 10, and then you crochet around for a bit to make the length of the stem, I suppose, and then you increase again to make the part where it's going to attach to the pumpkin. And then round 14 is quite an interesting one. There you make all the little points, I suppose, the little points of the pumpkin stem that will fit into the 6 grooves of your pumpkin. Round 14, you start with 3 single crochet stitches, and then you chain 2 stitches, and in the first of those chains, so the second chain from the hook, you make 1 slip stitch, and then you continue on the circle of the green yarn with 3 single crochet stitches, and then you do it again. Chain 2 and make 1 slip stitch in the second loop from the second stitch from the hook, and then you make 4 single crochet stitches and do the chain 2, 1 slip stitch, and then 3 and then 3 and then 4 again. I hope that's a little bit clear. What you're left with is this little 6-pointed round, I suppose, and all those 6 points fit into the grooves of the six grooves of the pumpkin. Close the round with a slip stitch, then you fasten off and you leave a yarn tail for sewing. You don't want to overstuff the little stem, so you stuff the stem lightly, and then you sew the stem to the pumpkin, making sure the points of that little the points that you so painfully created fit into the grooves of that pumpkin. And that's it, you're done. Your little pumpkin is all finished. Of course, you can further decorate if you want to, make little curly vines and some leaves and stuff. The curly vines are pretty easy. Just chain a lot of stitches, and then in every single stitch, you on the way back, you put 3 single crochet stitches. So that curls like a madman. And of course, you can make that as long as you want. I like mine quite plain and clear lined, I suppose, and so that's what I left it with. But that's it, your little pumpkin is done. I hope you like it, and I hope you will return to this channel for more free crochet patterns, and also for a nice crochet pattern roundups and everything crochet. And of course, I wish you happy crocheting.